Hello, I'm MrTieDye, and today we're going to discuss Sinew and Kite string, and I will talk about why I use each one of them, and then I'll demo how I use them. I've just had a lot of questions from people wanting to know if they can use one or the other in place. I feel they each have their own purpose. So to start with, I'll show you a couple shirts here. So this one here is the Ron Star, and when I fold it up, it's airplane style, so it's just in a tiny little wedge, so there's lots of layers to it. So that's one of the times when I'll use Sinew. I want to tie it nice and tight, but I also want to have some separation in my design. So these white lines are caused by the Sinew being pulled so tight that the dye, the liquid, isn't able to get underneath, so it leaves the shirt white. So that's one reason to use the Sinew, is if you have many layers and the white line. This one here was another multiple layer, but I wanted the white lines as part of my design. So that's another one. I folded it up and it was in the wedge shape, and then I used the Sinew and I tied back and forth across there. There is a video on this one. It's the Lotus Mandela, in case you want to look that one up. And then more recently I did the watermelon, and this one I wanted to have a nice big white line all the way around. I wanted to separate my watermelon from the design, but also in the rind area I wanted a nice white area. So I tied it up, and this time, instead of just tying a few times and pulling it tight, this time I pulled it tight and then I wrapped it and made kind of a thick area. Here, let's zoom in a little bit. So I made a thickness with the Sinew, just kind of really thick, and that blocked out all of the dye from going in around the rind here. So anyways, so that was another Sinew one. And this one here, I used the kite string. So this one was folded up, but I didn't want a white line. I wanted to be able to just have my colors in there. So the kite string, it's polyester also. So the Sinew is polyester, but it's a nice waxed string. And the kite string is just a straight polyester. It kind of has a cottony feel to it. So I can wrap it around. This here's for, tying it looser, but you still want to hold it together. So I kind of switched to kite string 4 years ago after visiting Love on Hate down in San Francisco, and Jeremy and the crew showed me how to use that. Prior to that, I used rubber bands. So really, the kite string would be in place of the rubber bands. I still use these sometimes if I'm doing just like a simple spiral or working on socks, something small, then I'll use the rubber bands just because it's easier. But the Sinew, the kite string, allows me to just tie and keep everything nice and compact without blocking off and causing a white line. Hope that made sense. So, and that was the Triforce design. There is a video on that. And then this is the peace sign. So this one here has some layers to it, but not enough. I didn't want the white lines. I was going for this black outline. So I tied it with the kite string, and then I was able to get my black line to go in there. So that's another reason for the kite string. So let's get rid of those. One of the things with the Sinew, since you're going to be pulling it so tight, you need to have something to wrap it on so that you're not, if you try to pull it with your hand, you're going to end up cutting your fingers. And if you try to pull it off of the big roll, I've had it happen just a little bit where the end kind of collapses off of there. But I've seen some really nasty messes. People post a picture of their stuff and they got the big wad of Sinew coming off of their roll. So, oops, I bumped the tripod. So anyways, the Sinew is going to work good on some sort of a dowel. And I have a couple of them. I bought these, bought one, and then Nicolay gave me one. But these are wooden dowels, and he sells them. I'll put a link in the description so that you can find one. But this here is a perfect tool for using the Sinew. And usually what I'll do when I get down on empty here, I'll take my sinew, toss it into a plastic tub so I can keep track of it. And then it just takes wrapping the sinew around a couple times over top of the end there. And then you can just get a good bit going on your dowel here. And if you have fast forward mode, then you can put it on even faster. Okay, so now you're ready to use the sinew, and that I buy from Dharma. And then my kite string, I buy it, this is what it looks like when you go into the store, but I buy it from Ace Hardware. So there's, yeah, it's just plain old kite string, 600 feet of it though, so it goes a long way. And let's get set up and we'll do some demo on how I use it. Okay, so we're going to tie that up with kite string. So what I like to do is just kind of lay a little bit out there, and then I'm going to kind of pinch this a little bit, but it's going to stay in place mostly by itself. And then what I'm going to do is put my thumb down on the end of the kite string right there. If I have the kite string flat to the table, then I can take my other finger and hold it down flat, and it'll slide right under. Just like if you were putting on rubber bands, it'd be the same thing. You would stretch your rubber bands out, leave a little bit of a space in between them, and then if you put both fingers on, then you can slide that all the way under without picking the t-shirt up. But the rubber bands, you got to kind of find the right size, or it might be too tight or too loose. That's one thing I like about the kite string, is it doesn't matter what size space you're trying to tie up, you can tighten the kite string up how you like it. So I'll usually wrap it around 3 times just to make sure that it's nice and supported there, and then I just tie it off with just a simple square knot. Okay, so that's ready to do, so I'm going to flip this around. And then once again, I just kind of lay this across where I want to tie at, and then with my thumb I'm holding the one edge of the sinew or the kite string down, and that just allows me, I don't know if you can see my thumb here, so I got both thumbs holding the kite string down, and that allows me to slide it right under the shirt. And then I can line it up right where I want it. And then tighten that up, and I'm going to wrap it around just a couple more times just to give it some support there. And then I'm going to wrap it around to this other side and tie it off right at the same place I tied the other one off at. So I'm going to tie it up. And once you get the hang of using the kite string, I think you're going to like it. It really does replace rubber bands for me, I'd say 90% of the time. And I like that I can start tying it off. I can do some more scrunching under the kite string and then tie that section off. And then come over here and work on this a little bit. As soon as I get it the way that I want it, then I lay the kite string over top of it, hold down with my thumb over here, and slide it under. Then since my kite string is still tied to it, all I have to do is just hold down right here and slide under and I can start tying this off. Another thing I like about the kite string is being able to start tying before you finished folding the whole shirt. So sometimes I'll do a scrunch where I want to do the staggered rainbow. So I'll start scrunching at the bottom of the tee. And once I kind of have just a little bit of this going, I'll go ahead and start tying it up. That way that part is held in place and I don't have to try to hold it while I'm scrunching the rest of the shirt. So I tied that part up. And then I'll scrunch more and then I'll just keep tying as I go. So it lets me work on smaller pieces of the shirt at a time. I'm going to tie that up with sinew. So I left my loop in there. So I'm going to just put the loop on there right over my line. And I tighten that up just a little bit. And then this here is where the dowel really comes in handy. So you wrap your sinew around your dowel. And then I'm going to wrap it around there. I usually do a couple times. Kind of pull it semi-tight. And then I'll do one more time. And then I'll hold this in place and I hold the sinew, making sure that the sinew isn't wrapped over top of my finger. You want to make sure that it flows freely off of the spool here so that you can give it a nice pull and tighten that up. And that's how I use the sinew. So this is the tail from the loop. We're going to cut that off. This tail I'm going to leave longer. I always like to leave a nice long tail so I know where to grab the sinew to unwrap it. So I'll just tie that up real quick. So we'll do another slip knot there in this one. This just kind of helps when you're doing a specific design. If I'm doing just a plain accordion fold, I don't bother with the slip knot, but sometimes it makes it easier. There's my sinew again. Wrap that around twice. Give it just a little bit of a pull to take out the slack. One more. And then I tighten it up. And if it wants to slip on you, just wrap it around one more time. And then you can usually get a nice pull out of that. And you can just kind of feel it lock into place, and that's what you want. Because you don't have to tie the sinew. You just pull it tight enough to lock it. And then I leave one strand longer with the knot, and then when I'm ready to, I just grab this and I unwind it off of there.